This model kit review is of the Etendard, and this model is made by Airfix. It's a 1/48 scale model. The plane was actually made for refueling, and I don't see any pictures there of the finished model. There, the paint colors need from Humbrol. And this is the French Navy. Let's have a look inside. So let's have a look at these sprues here. First of all, it looks like our canopy glass is somewhere in here. Here's part of it. It's fairly well molded. There's the other part of it. Having a look at these fuselage parts, reasonably well molded. We do have some detail here for our air brakes, and for our wheel wells, these are all recessed lines. Over here is also recessed lines at the top of the fuselage. Not much detail in there for the inside of the for the cockpit. Here's our ejection seat, our instrument panel here. Here we have probably flaps and then fuel tanks. And then we have our tail, reasonably well molded, no flashing or mold lines. Here we have our nose and nose wheel well. And we have our engine exhausts. Looks like we have a few loose pieces here. And that's probably part of the ejection seats. Let's have a look at this sprue here. Over here we have our wings. Here we have our stabilizer and elevator. Also have our landing gear parts, and looks like also part of our wings here. Reasonable molding quality on that sprue. Here's the other side of the wings. We have some nice surface detail there. We have our wheels that have got some good details, and here are our air brakes. And the underside of the stabilizer. Here are our decals. They've gone a little moldy, but they can probably be cleaned up, probably with some vinegar when we're applying them. So here are the instructions. This is an older kit, and here we start with the ejection seat, then the landing gear. Nose is then built. It's all then put onto the fuselage, including the lower wing and exhaust. And the other parts of the wings are put on. Looks like the wings can fold. That's why they're in pieces. And we have the tail and stabilizer going on, flaps and wings up or down. And we have the nose gear and main gear going on with the wheel well covers, air brakes, and we have our fuel tanks and hook. And here are the different options for painting and decals. Here's the other option. This is the French Navy. So all in all, molding quality is okay, but a good level of detail and some good decals.